I can bet you any amount of money. Let Bola bring out the certificate of his primary school, his secondary school, and the university he attended. We want to see them. Because I remember in 1998 or 1999, when we had the elections, you know, Afikuyomi was the one. When they raised and pulled his papers that he filled to INEC, they now asked him to produce all those papers. He said he went to Government College Ibadan and the children home school in Ibadan. We went there, we checked. What year? Where's your certificate? Nothing. When they were going to hoist him, he quickly said that it wasn't him that signed it, it was Afikuyomi that filled it. You look at your certificate. If you have genuine certificate, you went to a particular school, you must have friends who, because you won't be the only one in that college. Let's see them. I am shocked that Ogunlewe will be saying this in public. He knows for real that this fellow doesn't have all these certificates, and I'm not hiding it. Let him bring them out. Look, the days of lying and telling a load of bull is over. Completely over. Whatever you have, tell us. If you are from whatever, tell us. Why are you afraid? You must be afraid because you know that people will find out a lot of things that are illegal. That's why.
Welcome to my channel, where we discuss everything and all things politics, especially about the 2023 presidential election held in Nigeria on February 25, 2023, in which Bola Ahmed Tinubu was controversially announced the winner of the election by the Independent National Electoral Commission, despite the fact that many people pointed out, even before the election, that certain requirements have to be met before anyone can be declared the winner of the election, especially Section 134, Subsection 2B of the 1999 Constitution, which stipulates that for anyone to be declared the president of Nigeria, the person must have 25% in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja. Despite all that and so many other alleged infractions that took place, and protestations by the opposition parties, and in which even Mahmoud Yakubu, who is the INEC Independent National Electoral Commission chairman, promised that he will look into their grievances at the National Collection Center, at the International Conference Center. He failed to look into their matter, and in the late hours of the night, he announced the result and declared Tinubu the winner of the election. And now that is subject of discussion or disputation in the court. Right now, the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal, from where it will move to the Supreme Court. While at last, Bola Ahmed Tinubu is the one running the country right now. But the allegations that trailed his emergence has refused to go away, and it will not go away until the Supreme Court finally settled the issue as issues at stake. Now, one of the issues at stake right now is the issue of the certificate of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Okay? His certificate has always been a contentious issue. For a very long time, it has been a contentious issue, right from the time when he was governor to this day. Okay? In fact, recently, as a result of the growing interest on whether President Bola Ahmed Tinubu attended Chicago State University or not, the university had to put his Twitter page on private after some Nigerians allegedly stormed the page to inquire whether or not Bola Ahmed Tinubu truly graduated from the institution. Now, this is in wake of the petition filed by the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Alhaji Atiku Abubakar, in the United States, trying to obtain information about Tinubu's academic records at the Chicago State University. And some newspapers in Nigeria had reported, Punch newspaper in Nigeria had reported in 2022 that the university confirmed to it that Tinubu indeed attended the university. According to the paper, Beverly Poindexter, who is in charge of official transcript requests, enrollment, and degree verification at the Office of the Registrar, Chicago State University, in a text response said that Mr. Tinubu did attend our university. However, if further information is needed, go to studentsclearinghouse.org website to make a formal request. Okay, the paper went ahead to claim that in a letter dated August 20, 1999, and signed by then Registrar Lois Davis, the university stated that Tinubu was a student between 1977 and 1979. He wrote, "Please be advised that Bola A. Tinubu did attend Chicago State University from August 1977 through June 1979. He was awarded a Bachelor's of Science degree in Business and Administration with honors on June 22, 1979. His major was accounting." Also attached to Tinubu's Form CF004, submitted to the Independent National Electoral Commission during his governorship re-election bid in 2003, was a commendation letter from Chicago State University recognizing his performance and high scholastic achievement. I found this very interesting. When he submitted his Form CF004, while in 1999, there was what was needed was for him to declare his certificate. Okay, now why did the university have to 4 years later to give him another recommendation that he is a high scholastic for his high scholastic achievement in 2003? It was my mind is telling me that this issue was because there was so much allegation of certificate forgeries that was leveled against him, especially about his university certificate, by the then late Chief Gani Fawumi. So maybe to convince the doubting Thomases, they have to add this in 2003 to show that he truly graduated from the university. Okay? Now, Tinubu's academic qualification has been a subject of controversy for some time now. And like I said earlier in the intro, and you saw it in the video by Bode George. Bode George was narrating what happened in 1979 when they were looking for certificates of Tinubu. They couldn't get it. Okay? And now you know that recently the legal process initiated by the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Atiku Abubakar, asking the Chicago State University for the discovery of Bola Ahmed Tinubu's records, took a new twist with the admission of errors on the documents. Now, this admission of errors is one of the things we're going to talk about. Are the justices going to forgive him that he has admitted there were errors and that those errors were not his fault? Or are they going to insist on the fact that there were discrepancies, which was the ground with which they nullified the election in Bayelsa State because of discrepancies in the certificate of the APC deputy governorship candidate who emerged as governor-elect before the election was annulled. If that candidates had told the court that the fault is not his own, that it must be, the fault is from the clerk of the university that issued it. Will the court have allowed the man a pathway to remain and allow the mandate that was given to them overwhelmingly, in their own case, overwhelmingly by the people of Bayelsa State, to be sustained? So what is the court going to do now? Now that the main character, as what Bola Ahmed Tinubu's lawyers have admitted, there were errors on the documents. They are not doubting that there were no errors. Is that those errors? Is it tantamount to forgery? That is one of the big questions that need to be answered by those who give the verdict on this outcome. Because the reason as Atiku Abubakar and others went to court was to claim that ab initio, that he is not qualified to contest for the election. And they cited all these academic deficiencies in terms of alleged forgery of documents tendered to the Independent National Electoral Commission. And now what is in INEC is different from what the university gave to Enahoreba, the lawyer of Atiku Abubakar, as the certificate of Tinubu at Chicago State University. What is the law going to say about this? Are they going to give me a slap on the wrist and say, oh, this is an innocent mistake by an unnamed clerk? Okay? Because the truth of the matter remains that people are still scratching their head to find out how a university of Chicago State University, a university that is over 156 years old, 156 years old, could allow that kind of error to emerge in their certificate and documents. Is that error deliberate or is an honest error? That is what is left now for the learned justices to tell Nigerians and the world. That error that has been admitted, that exists in the certificate, Chicago State University certificate, is it deliberate? Is it an honest mistake? How many people with such certificate in Chicago do we have? How many times have University of Chicago made such a mistake in terms of issuing their certificate with a different logo, with different signatories, and so many other alleged irregularities in it? How many? Or Tinubu is just an exemption. What is the worth of Chicago State's degree? If it can be, a clerk can issue whatever he likes, a clerk of a university of over 156 years old does not know the logo of that university, the logo that's supposed to be in the certificate, does not know who's supposed to sign where, does not know the font size. What is the worth of that certificate? But that's not the concern of Nigerians. What is the interpretation of the law? What would the law say? Because Atiku is saying, went to court to say there is alleged forgery, that there is a discrepancy between the certificates. Now at the Chicago courts, they have confirmed it, that indeed there were discrepancies, but only it is not their own fault. It was the fault of the clerk. And the clerk was not named. Why are they hiding the name of the clerk? so that people can also trace and find out whether this clerk had been around at Chicago State University for how long, to be able to know why this clerk will make such a monumental mistake on somebody's certificate. What will the law say? The justices are they going to overlook the fact that Atiku brought this matter of certificate forgery? And now, from what they are showing in the courts in America, they have confirmed it, that there were errors. And those errors are the reason why Atiku said it was forged. So we are living in interesting times, and we are going to see how far this goes. And another issue is that the United States District Courts for the Northern District of Illinois, when they gave Tinubu until August 23 to make a formal filing on why his academic record should not be released to the petitioner, Atiku Abubakar, Tinubu quickly rushed to stop the release of his academic credentials. Now, this also raises question. If you are sure, if the university, you and the university, you people are sure that you have nothing to hide, why do you have to stop somebody from accessing the record? Now, he has given a lot of reasons, including that it will give the bloggers information that they will use to tarnish his image. So that is one of the reasons you don't want his academic records to be shown. And he also was citing his privacy and all that. Okay, but what is at the bone of contention now is, what will the justices of Nigeria do about this matter? Are they going to overlook it, this error that has been confirmed even by the lawyers of Tinubu themselves? Or are they going to stand by the law as they did in Bayelsa State and stop the APC from emerging winners of the election, governorship election in Bayelsa State? What are they going to do? What is the way out? But many Nigerians believe that the law should stick to evidence and nothing more about the evidence. And if they stick to that evidence, I do not see how Tinubu can escape this issue of discrepancy in his Chicago State University. I don't know how he's going to escape from it. But let's wait and see, because the justices, they are learned people, they know better. But Nigerians would like a judgment that will convince them that the justices are indeed delivering justice to Nigerians. Now, while we are on it, there are also a new documents. Of course, they are not really new. A document where the Federal Bureau of Investigation in the United States categorically stated that Bola Ahmed Tinubu was never a student of Chicago State University. Now, this is what you get when you have all kinds of suspicion arising about a particular candidate in an election or wherever. Now, this was contained, this document, I first saw it on Newsband. Now, this Newsband is a Nigerian newspaper, I think, that is based in the United States. they said that the FBI had categorically stated that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu was never a student of Chicago State University. That's what they are alleging in that report. And I have also seen, when you Google it, if you Google it, you will see so many people carrying that. Now, that also raises the question, because when I tried to look at this, I saw the document they use. Now, this was contained in a letter written by Jennifer S. Dent, the acting legal attaché, Office of the Legal Attaché of the United States, Consulate General, located in Victoria Island, Lagos. The letter was dated July 28, 2011, and was addressed to the former chairman of the EFCC, Farida Waziri, with attention to Mr. Bala Sanga, principal staff officers. The letter reads, I want to respond to your request for information made to the FBI, Federal Bureau of Investigation, on January 4, 2011, regarding former governor of Lagos State, Bola Tinubu, and his enrollment at graduation from Chicago State University. Per our verification with Chicago State University's registrar office and its official response to our inquiry, Bola Tinubu was not enrolled as a student in this or any term at the referenced educational institution. Now, this is under the time of Farida as EFCC chairman. Myself, I'm asking myself, what is Farida doing with that kind of information at that time? Of course, Farida was in charge of EFCC and was probably investigating former governors over maybe alleged corruption, which was the mandate of the EFCC. But the whole thing revolves around the suspicion. If there had been clarity about the certificate of the president at Chicago State University, all these things will not be coming out. And what it tells us is this: what is going to be the position of the law on this matter? Already, we all have seen the lawyers admitting, the lawyers of the president admitting that there were errors in the certificate. Who is to be blamed for the errors? Is Tinubu going to get away with that explanation? Is that enough? Like Bode George said in the introduction to this video, that when Tinubu was alleged to have included schools he never attended in 1979 or thereabouts, he didn't also exonerated himself. He said it was Afekeyomi who filled the form for him. Now, where does his own responsibility lie, and where does the responsibility of others? Okay? Who is to be blamed for all this? In the case of Afekeyomi, nothing was done to Afekeyomi. In the case of this clerk, nothing was done to this clerk, because nobody's talking about the clerk to come and give evidence while he will go and import a different logo for the certificate issued to Atiku Abubakar's lawyer, and a different font size, and then signatories of those who sign it are people who there were doubts. The right people not signing the certificate and all that. This is an issue that ordinarily should be a straightforward case. But we live in an interesting time in Nigeria. That is why, like the hashtag is trending, all eyes on judiciary in Nigeria. Thank you for watching this video. And if you are new to my channel and you have not yet subscribed to my channel, please subscribe to my channel. Hit the subscription button, hit the notification bell. When you subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, anytime I have a new video, you'll be among the first to know. God bless you. And don't forget to like this video. When you like it, God will rank it high and recommend it for more people. Thank you, and God bless you and yours.